What is up, guys? I'm back. I could not sleep. I saw the price of Dogecoin going up, going down, and I figured I'd let you guys know what's going on. It's way too volatile just to leave everything as is, so I'm gonna do a little bit of breakdowns for you guys. Let me just log into this chat via my phone so that I can respond to you guys as needed. Okay. Um, Basically, we're gonna start with uh, the whole Bitcoin situation. Sorry, no. I'm gonna tell you guys to follow, subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell because that is what gets the content out there. That is what gets everybody involved in the cryptocurrencies, the altcoins, the stocks, and actually gets us to change some of the stuff that's going on with what I'm about to cover today. So, without further delay, let me just get into it. Basically, uh, what is short selling? And what is the big deal about what is going on with Reddit and the media and the stock market and all of that? So, to get the gist of it, short selling is when companies bet on a stock to fail, basically. They buy the stock from a broker underneath a condition that they have to sell that stock back to that broker. Sorry, but they have to, sell that stock back to that broker um, at whatever price they agreed. Um, and then that party is free to go off and sell that stock at whatever price they want. So at some point, they expect that stock to drop down, at which point uh, they would go back to the person in which they need to buy those stocks from, or they would go to any market and they would pick up more of those stocks. They would return to the stockbroker and return the stocks. However, there's insurance on doing things like that. So it's not just there's not a free cost to it, but basically there's billions of dollars insurance covering the fact that you are going to actually pay this back and whatnot and all of that stuff, right? There's a bunch of legal jargon and whatnot. You can look into it for yourself if you really want to get deeper into it. But basically, on Reddit, people saw. Here, let me bring you there. So basically, on Reddit, people saw that there was a big issue with how undervalued the stock market had GameStop. So they wanted to do something about it. Uh, they were talking about how there's new leadership with Ryan Cohen coming into the company. Ryan Cohen used to run PetSmart and Chewy. He sold it for billions of dollars. 3.5 billion, I believe, is the exact number. Basically, after he did that, that was years ago. But regardless, in September of 2020 that just passed, he bought into the company GameStop for 10% of the total shares of the company. And then later in December, he bought in, so he owned another like 12.5% or something like that. So he had majority shares, and him and two of his friends from the Chewy like administration or board or whatever, they came with him onto the new board of directors at GameStop. They decided that they're going to go after the new e-commerce world and deal with EB Games and all. Sorry, not EB Games. GameStop now. We all know it as EB Games. Through online e-commerce and whatnot, and that was the way they were going to go about it. So that inspired a lot of confidence, a lot of chat on what's called Wall Street bets. If you look here, you'll see that there's like a ton of tweets and whatnot. There's a ton of Reddit posts. I'll go to this page right now for you guys so you can see what's going on. There's a ton of Reddit posts talking about how these guys have been doing a lot of misconduct lately and how these guys have been getting cheated. People's stocks are being sold now. But prior to this, Uh, they were all talking about how GME, which is GameStop, is undervalued. So basically, there's a bunch of billions of dollars of hedge funds in hedge fund undersells. They're actually over 130%, uh, like oversold in value of their stock, because basically what people are doing is they're going and selling stocks that they don't even technically own yet. So they're short selling a stock that they don't even own yet, which is definitely shady, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal. But again, you got to look into that kind of stuff. These are the kind of things that the uppers and the elites are allowed to do. So when they publicly announce these kinds of things, there's a public board to show you what companies are the most undersold. I'm not going to put it up here. I just don't want to get this video flagged or banned or whatever. I don't want to cause any promotions that way. I myself am a crypto holder. I'm into cryptocurrencies. I'm bullish on Uni, Ethereum. I have a few other picks that I have. I have like about 20 plus coins, if not a few more. But I have my holdings. This year was really kind to me. The bull market over December really blessed me. However, stocks have been doing the same thing for like the last 2, 3 years since the pandemic's going on. Retail investors have been beating the big hedge fund investors, and you know it's not been too big of an issue up until now when they did something called a short squeeze. So basically, if you see that a stock is undervalued, like Bed Bath and Beyond was, it was only at $5 all the way back, I believe, March last year. So that's 2020, and people started buying it up, uh, not very strongly, but like a little bit. After Ryan Cohen had taken over and all his chairs, and then uh, later in January, Cohen came out with an announcement around January 11th, talking about all that stuff I told you about. After that point, Reddit broke out and saw the situation. Basically, said that the market has way undervalued this, and they started buying stocks up so that the markets would go up. And when they do that, it forces the the people who have shorts to go back and buy these things at a different price, right? At a higher price. So plus they have to pay their insurance. There's no limit to how much that can go up. It could go up to 1 million from a $2 stock if the price keeps going up. So literally it could bankrupt companies. A lot of hedge funds are losing billions of dollars, shutting down some of the biggest hedge funds in the world. But it's all fair game. Like there was no insider trading. It was just a bunch of people who said, "Yeah, I see what you're saying," and decided to go about their own business and buy stocks, regardless of how anybody else feels. It's a free market, right? So after this all happened, as you could see um, on this message board, there's a lot going on. Um, Basically, Robinhood has been halting accounts, stopping people from trading their tokens. I'm sorry, trading their assets without consent. Um, they first put in a accusation because the big Wall Street guys started complaining and saying, "Oh, it's totally unfair that these Reddit guys, these millennials, are doing all of this stuff." As you can see, some of the language is vulgar, but it's completely like it's an internet forum. Like, what do you expect, right? You don't expect people to be posting what you're about to say on the news. However, these guys in this group are actually very good investors. They're like the lead of the retail investors, so they're to be taken pretty seriously. I mean, and the media is not taking them seriously at all, right? So clearly, like someone is in the wrong, and the it's not the retail investor just following the rules, right? Beyond that, now we have Fox News and the SEC coming in. It's already been said that these guys were scam artists before in the past, the leaders of Robinhood. So now there's more information coming up about them, saying that there's a protest now gathering outside of the headquarters of the SEC. That's what Fox is covering. Another source, this is directly from the SEC website. It's just going into information about the Robinhood charges, about misleading customers, about revenue sources, because they were selling tips off about what their customers were doing um, to these big hedge funds so that they could front run your trades, which is basically trade before you, so the price goes up and you end up paying a higher price than they do because they can get their orders in faster than you can. So completely just manipulating the market in favor of big hedge funds and rich guys, right? So everybody getting screwed is still us. And as soon as we start making some money back, they basically stopped it. So now, since all of this is going on, the SEC and uh, is going to probably end up going after them, but it stopped a bunch of trading on too many platforms. This is not the only platform to stop them. Robinhood, ironically, is just the largest platform that these individuals use. So, as you can see, this right here is the SEC information that I was telling you about. And I'll pull up this Fox News report right here so you can see it as well. Um, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so here's the Fox News report. I'm just going to make sure it comes back. Oh, what's it doing? All right, I can't bring that up right now. I guess it's just gone away. I don't know why it's doing all this stuff. Oh, pop back up. There we go. It's right in the corner. Here's the report. Protesters are heading outside of Robinhood SEC headquarters um, in New York. Uh, so they're going to have some problems on their hands coming up pretty soon. Uh, the stockholders in this, they've decided to move on to something else. And let me just show you what that is. So this right here is Dogecoin. Okay, and Dogecoin is, it was basically a meme coin. It was never meant to really be taken seriously, but I don't know. Everything is just taken off kind of rapidly. And sorry, this right here in the top right corner, you can see that's the little meme. Dogecoin. This is an article written up about it. You can go. It's listed underneath my profile. You can go and check it out. I can't scroll through it right now. Um, Dogecoin has been going into a complete like parabolic spike, and I'll just show you exactly what is going on here in CoinMarketCap. It got all the way up to 900 percent profit at one point today. I'm sure it's down by now because the markets in Robinhood, they closed down so that people cannot buy Doge in Robinhood anymore, which is just more manipulation they're going to have to deal with. But there's plenty of markets where people can buy it still, and they're figuring that out, so it's bound to bounce back. No guarantees. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I think I forgot to say that. But I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. But I've been in the crypto industry for about 2 years now. And after I got my boom, I kind of finally decided to start expanding and showing people that like they were missing out because I had some evidence. And if you want to see some one of my portfolios, I can show you that right here. And this is my Coinbase. I use this purely for trading. It's an exchange. I have some uni in there at the time, but if you look, you'll see that I had $40 in there at one point, and through this entire area right here, I was just shifting around. We had that dead season. I got a little bit of bump over there, and I wasn't really sure about the investments over here. And I hodl quite a few tokens in my other wallets. I use the Atomic wallet more so. But if you look, I got this all the way up to $500 just by selecting the right tokens. Doge is not exactly the right tokens. There's something called tokenomics and token fundamentals. It goes into market caps and the frequency of the spikes and the dips and how to read wedges and candlestick charts and waves and a bunch of other things that you should you should definitely know if you're going to be day trading and not just hodling your tokens. Doge is kind of an out of the box uh, hype token. Elon Musk will say something about it, and it'll go into these crazy parabolic spikes. I'm just going to take this off and take this to another screen again. Go into these parabolic spikes. It's not an indication of what the token actually does. Basically, it's more of a bandwagon token right now. I wouldn't suggest that you go sit in it, but we will look at it and see what it's doing currently. So, we're at coin market cap. We will go and we'll search up its current price. I believe it's sitting at around 6.5 cents Canadian, which would be around 4 cents American, I believe. Dogecoin. Nope. It is at 5 cents. 5 cents American. So, as you can see, it's still up 300% on on the last 24 hours, I believe this is. It was sitting at 3 cents yesterday, actually, and 1 cent the day before. I know because I was watching it. I actually had a little bit of Doge from before this. I was mining it. I just had gotten into it. There's a few airdrops with it, but there's no cap to this. It's just gonna go up and up, and the more tokens involved, the less each token is valued at. And there's some people with some huge bags in this, so you just need to understand. You need to be careful. There's gonna be a dump at some point when people realize that they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're not gonna leave it sitting in there. They're gonna want to cash out, put their money elsewhere, rightly so, right? Like you, of course, would want to protect yourself from any sort of possible, let's say, loss on your returns, because you're simply too lazy to take them out. Or because you didn't know that you should take them out. And there's a way that you should take them out. You should be diversifying the way you take them out. You will be taxed in a lot of places, depending on where you're located. I'm not a tax advisor either, so please refer to the tax advisors in your regions to tell you exactly what you should be doing. Let's get into some token fundamentals. I'll go back to the home page. So DeFi market is really where things are popping off in cryptocurrency currently. And if you look at the DeFi market, it's not all just like companies that are just tokens. These guys have products and they do different things. Okay, so there's DEXs, decentralized exchanges. There are decentralized hedges. There are projects that are working on dividends projects. We're just trying to get this to move. And okay, here we go. So there's Sushi Swap, Compound. I believe this is just the top 10 and not the DEXs, even though we click DEX. Kyber Network. But if you look at these, you will see something very distinct about them. Their prices are, okay, we are in DeFi. We were just at the bottom of it. Their prices are directly related to how much of the market they can hold. If they can't hold a large portion of the market, sorry, how much of the market they hold, and how much of how much of the total amount of tokens are in circulation versus how much of the total circulating supply is going to be available. Period. Okay, sorry. I hope that was clear. It's directly related to market cap and circulating supply. So if you have a large circulating supply in a token, it's going to be valued less just from simple laws of inflation. Um, some tokens burn themselves. You know what I mean? They have a tokenomics in which the more tokens put into the system, the more that they'll burn. Some tokens have other systems in which you have to stake the tokens so that you hold on to it, and holding on to the token will gain you rewards, maybe more of that token, maybe more of another token, maybe voting rights into a company. There's plenty of different options. Uniswap is what I'm most bullish on. It's a decentralized exchange. Um, it is up, I believe, on the week. It was up 45%. It might be a little bit down from that now, with everything, going on with Dogecoin. But Uniswap is a decentralized DEX where you can swap your tokens, you can stake your tokens, you put them into a liquidity pool, which is basically a big sum of money with a bunch of different tokens in it. You can add any tokens to this, so be careful. I'm not telling you to do this, I'm telling you that it exists. But there are fees, and you do have to pay gas to do it. You can switch your tokens with any tokens. Anyone can make a token and list it on there. So be very careful that you go to your Etherscan and you double check your tokens, as you should always be double checking everything before you make your transactions to make sure that you understand what you're agreeing to. This is a system in which you are your own bank, right? You kind of got to take responsibility for everything that happens. That is the freedom that comes with being able to invest and move your money around however you would like. However, back to the liquidity pool. So basically, if you stake your money into this liquidity pool, people borrow money from this pool, and they can take out as much collateral as they have left in the pool. So basically, they can trade out as much as they has traded in any token that they want, right? However, they have to pay a fee on that, and they have to repay that and take back out their stuff. Unless they have a liquidity match in there, then they can keep doing that for as long as they have that liquidity in there and just keep trading tokens in, right? The reason you would do that is because certain tokens are unavailable on certain centralized exchanges, or they're just not even available, period. And the only way to get them is through some of these decentralized exchanges in which people are just adding to these liquidity pools with what they have available and what they want to hodl. Again, hodling is just holding on to your tokens, and it's not an actual token. I've gotten that question before. It's just holding your tokens. So hodl your tokens just means to hold on to the long run. Okay, so you're just waiting it out. Day trading is all about the short, so you need a lot more statistics reading, a lot more trend reading. You need to be following the news and listening to reports, because things change very quickly in this industry. I've personally had huge bags come up and go straight down. And I've gotten out just at the right time, and I've gotten out at the wrong time and had to wait it out, because I mainly invest through my tokenomics and through the fundamentals. So I understand that these tokens will come back. There's no guarantee, but 9 times out of 10, I've done enough research in what I'm looking at to understand that it will come back. Another token that I